Hello, it's your favorite book reviewer, Esther Godwald Ayola. You're welcome to this week's book review. And for some weeks now, we've been reviewing the book authored by Stephen Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And last week, we looked at the fourth habit, Think Win-Win, where we talked about respecting each other's values and differences and collaborating together. That helps us to achieve more and gives us a better result than if we do it on our own alone. So this week we'll be looking at the fifth habit, habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. That's the title. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. In the words of Nelson Mandela, he says, if you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes into his head. If you talk to a man in his language, that goes to his heart. So, in essence, today what we want to talk about is how can you seek first to understand when you are in a communication with another person. So, we'll be talking about how you listen actively. So, in this fifth habit, Stephen gave us some fundamental point on how we can seek to understand first, then how we can also achieve being understood. So he said we should listen actively and empathetically to others before expressing our own ideas. And how do you do this? How do you listen actively? So you want to understand the person speaking to you. Don't have a prejudged or predetermined notion or mindset even before the communication begins. Like, you may even know what the person wants to speak about. It may be in a discussion, in a boardroom, and you all are trying to achieve a desired goal. So this is riding on what we learned last week. Thinking win-win on the fourth habit, to collaborate, and respect each other's differences. So you are listening in a conversation between two people. Of course, for there to be an effective communication, that somebody is speaking, the other person is listening, and the messages are being passed. So don't have a prejudged notion or mindset about the idea the person who is speaking is saying. Listen with an open mind. Be objective in your listening. So listen actively. Don't be distracted when the other person is speaking. If probably you're on your phone and the person is speaking, then you may have to do away with your phone so that you can be active and listen very well, so that you can understand the message or the ideas the other person is trying to pass along. So in doing this, it helps us to be effective people. Listen actively and empathetically to others before expressing your own ideas. And empathetically, what are we trying to say is like putting yourself in their shoes, feeling what they are feeling. Like, let them know that you understand what they are saying and you could feel what they are feeling. So you listen actively. You are showing empathy towards them as they speak before expressing your own ideas. And when you're expressing your ideas, don't be judgmental about it, or don't condemn what they have said. There's a way you could go about it, not undermining their own ideas. So this is one fundamental point that Stephen mentioned in this fifth habit, like listen actively and empathetically to others before expressing your own opinion or your own ideas. Then he also said we should practice genuine understanding and empathy to build strong connections. Practice genuine understanding. Let it be genuine. If you say, oh, I understand what you're saying, you're just saying you understand what the person is saying, but you did not understand because your understanding is not even genuine. You're just telling the other person so that probably they can shut up or you want to shorten the conversation even without understanding them. So he said we should practice it. It may not be that we are doing it intentionally. It may not be that the fact that you cannot listen actively, or you cannot show empathy, or you can't understand what the other person says. It may not be what you are doing intentionally, but he said from so many practices, then we become better. Practice genuine understanding and empathy to build strong connections. Because as you practice this, you're showing empathy to the other person. You are building strong connections, and you could feel what they are feeling. You could understand where they are coming from, their own perceptions to the whole matter. So you are not just seeing it from your own angle, you are seeing it from the angle of the other person. Then you also mentioned a fundamental point. Communicate effectively by seeking to understand the perspectives and needs of others. So, the title is Seek First to Understand, Then to Be Understood. So, to be understood is what we are bringing in this point. Communicate effectively by seeking to understand the perspectives and needs of others. So, in your own conversation, speak effectively, communicate effectively, ensure that the other person also understands what you're saying. And in your communicating effectively, you're also seeking to understand the perspectives and needs of others, not just your own perception, or not just what you think you need or should be done. So I think this is self-explanatory enough. Stephen has done a good job by giving us this point, and we are doing a good job by summarizing and bringing it to you, so that as you go about your daily activities in your car, as you walk along the streets, or as you are reflecting and relaxing in your house, you are listening to this book review and you are picking one point or the other. Of course, as we review to you, we're also reviewing the book to ourselves, and the message is also being passed to us also, so that where we are also lacking, we are trying to be better, because the largest room in the world is the room for improvement. And so we'll move to our sixth habit that Stephen talked about in this book. So habit 6 says Synergize. That's the title. Synergize. That's the title of habit 6. Synergize. And we also came up with some fundamental point from this chapter. So what do you mean by synergy? Last week we also talked about collaboration, a better way, not your way, not my way, but a higher way, a better way, where our one and the other person's one when we bring them together becomes a 3. We achieve something better than if we do it individually. So by the time we collaborate, we are achieving a better result than if it is done at an individual level. So one of the points that Stephen mentioned is that embrace the power of teamwork and creative cooperation. So we cannot overemphasize the need for collaboration. We can't. So he's saying now, embrace the power of teamwork and creative cooperation. Without much ado, we don't want to dwell much on this. I want to believe that everybody understands what it means when you embrace the power of teamwork and creative cooperation. The word team, if we want to use it as an acronym and bring it together, it means together everybody achieve more. Together everybody achieve more. So if you want to achieve more, then embrace the power of teamwork and creative cooperation. And in the end, you are better at what you do. Your colleagues at work are better at what they do, and the company is growing and everybody is happy. As we embrace this collaboration. Of course, no man can do it alone. You need the help of others. As much as you are independent at your work and you need little or no supervision, you also still need teamwork, because the output of one of your colleagues at work might be your own input. So collaborating together helps us to achieve a better result. Another fundamental point that I mentioned under this habit 6 is that combine individual strength to achieve greater results. We are still saying the same thing, sincerely. So all of this point is still saying 1 plus 1 is equal to 3. Synergize. Synergy is bringing one and the other one together for a better result. So combine individual strengths to achieve greater results. What's your own strength? What's our own strength? You bring it together, then we all achieve in such a way that even our weaknesses are not even seen. You bring your own strength, I bring my own strength, we bring it to the table, we utilize it, and we use it to achieve a better result. And nobody even see that anybody has this weakness in one area or the other. That's the way forward. That's the way to help us be effective people. And another point that Stephen mentioned that we're able to come up with is that value diversity and differing viewpoints to generate innovative solutions. Remember, riding on habit 4, you still talk about, valuing other people's differences, respecting their values and their differences. So now this is value diversity and differing viewpoints to generate what? Innovative solutions. So you are seeing it from this standpoint. Your colleague or your friend or your family member is seeing it from this standpoint, and you are bringing all of those standpoints together, and you are able to generate what? Innovative solutions to that particular challenge or problem or goal. It may not even be a problem. It may be like you just want to achieve a target. Maybe your weekly target, your monthly target, or your annual target, your strategic goals. So you listen, you are at the board meeting, you are at a Teams meeting, and all of you are there. So you value diversity, different viewpoints, different opinions, and you bring them together to what? To generate innovative solutions. So we've looked at habit 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Then habit 6, synergize. So in essence, for you to be effective, it is not just about you alone, it's also about other people, because no man is an island. We are not working alone. We need people to be better in life, and we also need people to work with, or to work for us, or we work for them. So in all of this, let's ensure that we project empathy and listen actively when others are talking, and we listen very well before expressing our own opinions, and we also embrace diversity, differing viewpoints for innovative solutions. We hope we've been able to bring something valuable to us today, and we are left with just one habit, and until next time, before we talk about that because of our time. So thank you very much for having us today again. Have a wonderful week, and please do not forget to embrace empathy. Try as much as possible to listen actively and respect and value people's perspectives and opinions. And this will help us generate what? Innovative solutions. Have a wonderful week. Bye.